We're the Indie Project, Bee and Theo, and we've been living and travelling the world in vans for the past 6 years. We're currently renovating an abandoned stone barn in Portugal to turn it into a beautiful tiny home for us and our cat, Ginjey Bear. Follow our journey from the very beginning as we document the whole process of creating an off-grid home.
Good morning and welcome back to our YouTube channel. If you saw our last video, we were showing you all around this barn and what our plans are for it.
And we've got so many plans, it's unbelievable, and we can't wait to bring you guys along with us. Today, we've got so much work ahead of us. We are digging up the floor, and if you're new around here, we're actually renovating this beautiful old barn into our new home, and it's well over 100 years old. There's a lot of work to be done, but we're super excited about it.
And we have really short windows of time during the day that we can work, basically only in the mornings and the evenings, because it's reaching between 38 to 40 degrees Celsius, which is way too hot to be working in.
Oh, we're not used to that. Being from the UK, it doesn't get much hotter than 30 degrees ever. If it gets over 30 degrees, people cannot cope. So we're struggling a little bit, but we're getting through it, and we're acclimatizing and adapting to the weather, and we're doing okay.
Yeah, we are, but that's enough talking. We need to get cracking.
That looks so heavy.
It's an absolute beast. How many of you guys can guess what's in this box? I cannot wait to start using this thing. So this tool right here was a pretty big investment, but I reckon it's going to be well worth it. It's a 15 kg breaker. Basically, it's a massive hammer drill that you hold onto, and it shakes the living hell out of the rock, and hopefully it's going to break up and make light work of the granite stone inside. And if you're wondering about hire versus buying a tool like this, well, we just thought we'd buy it because we got a quote from a hire place. It was too expensive. It's going to work out more money to hire it for the length of time we need it, and we're not even sure how long we're going to need it, and we're probably not going to do all of the work on the barn over a few days, because one, it's going to take more than a few days to do, and two, it's too hot to work for long amounts of time. So we spread the time over a couple of weeks, and hopefully we'll get that floor in there nice and flat. But this thing's a beast, and I can't wait to use it. So basically, it's really easy to set up. You've got this attachment, pop it in here like this, and then you turn this 180 degrees, locks it in place, and there you can see, gives you the movement that you need to break up the rock. Before I get my PPE on and get started, I'm just hanging out with the boulders. They're absolutely massive, they're bigger than I am. You can see right now, where I'm standing is a little bit taller than where the floor and the ground level needs to be. And the rocks are about a foot and a half, 2 foot in some places. Look at this one up here. It's a massive, great step. If I was to keep this and just cement all the way up to here, or put a false wooden floor, I'd only have a couple of feet above my head of where the roof's going to be. So we don't have the luxury of height in this barn, and that is why we're going to dig these down. We're not digging down underground, we're just digging down flat to the foundations of the barn. So I reckon it's all going to work out okay. And yeah, the barn itself is about 3 meters tall, so obviously we want to get a mezzanine and stuff in here. It's going to be tight, but it is a tiny home, and we're going to make it work.
We've even got some natural steps going on over here, but it's still way too rocky, so it is all going to have to get levelled out. But it's pretty cool to see what was underneath all of the straw.
Ginjey, you can't be on a building site and hanging around a massive breaker without PPE, okay? So I'm just going to pop these on. There we go. Look great. They'll protect your little ears.
She's like, what?
Good girl.
That was on her cheeks. Yeah, so Theo needs to don all of this protective gear. We need to protect his ears, we need to protect his eyes, and we need to protect his lungs, because as you guys saw in our last video, it's mega dusty in there.
I couldn't even tell if you're vlogging unless I look at your lips. It'd be a good test of lip reading.
Okay.
Right, let's do a test. Say something.
I really like bananas.
I'm old like bananas. Yeah?
No.
I'm ready for battle, baby. Okay, here goes. This tool literally just has one button, so press it and it starts. The breaker's not the only tool that I'm using. I've got this massive drill bit right here, and this is really good for drilling into the stone to weaken it up and then come in with the breaker. But I've got one more trick up my sleeve, and that is this angle grinder, and I've got a diamond blade fitted on there, so that should go nicely through the stone, and I can create lines that will easily break up with the breaker. So I've got all the tools. I should be able to just crack on now, and slowly but surely we'll have a nice even level floor.
Look at all this rubble!
Oh yeah!
Hello! Wow! It's actually amazing! Seeing that is making me super duper optimistic, because when we first saw these rocks we were freaking out a little bit because there's so much of them, and this tool is just breaking them up. It's absolutely brilliant.
So after 10 minutes, such amazing results, and don't get me wrong, it's still going to take us a long time to get this floor completely level, but without this machine there's no way I'm doing this by hand.
Yeah.
No way. So it's so worth the money. Like, I'm just blown away, to be honest. I got no words.
I'm refilming this because the first one I realised that my whole entire face was covered in sweat, because I don't know if we've told you guys, but it gets really hot here in Portugal, especially in the summer. Most days it's 38 degrees Celsius, so whew, enjoy the mornings, they're lovely and cool. I thought I'd leave Theo to his break-in. I know technically I could be getting the rubble up, but we need breakfast, so I'm going to whip up some pancakes. My pancake recipe is super simple. Because I'm gluten-free, the gluten-free flour can be a little bit cruddy, so I always put a little bit of xanthan gum in, which basically just kind of acts as gluten. It's good, and yeah, it's a simple recipe, and I love this. This egg, in fact, we were given 24 eggs by some of our friends. Their chickens laid eggs, which is just wonderful, so they taste fantastic. And there we have it. Some lovely looking pancakes. Check out the fluff on those. Oof, Theo is a lucky boy. So it's now the evening time, and Bee didn't see the final result with the shift that I put in this morning. Super hard work, it was really warm, but the wind's picked up a little bit, which means it should be more manageable now, but she's gonna go and take a look, and I'm really excited to see what she thinks. It's the moment of truth to see if the boss likes it. The boss lady. I actually can't quite get my head around the fact that where I'm standing was a mountain not that long ago. You're on the flat right now. This is weird. Like before, like in the last video we did, where I'm like, this is the tall fireplace is going here. I was standing on the huge thing, and now it's just flat. Look, this is literally just gravel. Yeah, it has. It's turned it right into gravel. I was just going to show them because it's almost like just gravel and dust. Like, wow. It's quite hard to believe. I can't believe that it's actually broke up that easy. Well, I say easy. What? What? Your face obviously tells me was... No, but I thought it was going to take like months to break this stuff up. Well, it wasn't easy, but we're getting there. I mean, it looks pretty much flat now. So it wasn't actually very easy at all, but the right tool made a huge difference. Without that breaker, I would have no chance whatsoever. And we've got a long week ahead of us of just digging. We've still got so much more to do. I've flattened 2 of the massive stones, but that's just a start. We need to go deeper, and it's going to take a while, and there's going to be sweat. But so far I haven't cried, so that's a really good thing. And right now I'm going to go put my mask on and just get stuck in. So with the breaker, I've been using the big old spike. It seems to go through anything, and I started off using the chisel, and the chisel's good for like more intricate stuff where you just want to chip small parts of the rock off and you can be more precise. But the spike just goes through anything, and
like digs all the way through. You have to be really careful not to get it stuck, otherwise you need another one of these to get it out, and it's been close getting it stuck a few times, but I'm getting the hang of it and I'm starting to learn how to use it properly, and it's a really good tool. I'm so happy that I got it. And yeah, the spike's just making my life so much easier. It's ridiculous. I'll show you now. I'll put all my gear on and I'll show you how easily this chips through some of the rock. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how the spike works. I don't know if you can hear me. I can't hear much. Here goes.
So whilst Theo's breaking up the rock, I'm going to be moving out of his way, putting it in the wheelbarrow and adding it to the rubble pile. So it's sweaty work. Let's get going. So this right here is the rubble pile that I need to take. I'm not going to fill it any higher because it's actually really heavy and I need to be able to push it, so let's go. Check out the impressive pile of rubble we've got. This is about 25 wheelbarrows worth, and Theo's been doing a really good job at keeping some really big chunks because it means we can reuse quite a lot of this in the build, which will be really helpful. But it's amazing how much rock we've got out of those 3 big rocks.
These kind of stones keep them nice and big, and they can be used for like retaining walls, little garden paths, raised flower beds, all sorts of things. So like Bee mentioned, try and keep them as big as possible. This is a nice triangle actually.
Looks like a shark's tooth.
Guys, look what we just found, the most monstrous bramble root under the floor in the barn. Look at that. We have to try and chop it up.
I need to cut that out.
That goes deep.
Crazy. Up like that. We need to chop it off.
Big on.
Big on root. So on this side of the barn, there's a lot of dirt, which is great because it means Theo can dig it and I can wheelbarrow it out. So we're making pretty good progress. That's how we found the monster root. So sweaty work as usual, but we're making really good headway.
Now we're not digging blind here, we are going by this string line, which is really helpful in letting us know that we are going the right way, not too deep, not too shallow. And it's a super handy tool that we did bring over with us from the UK. Obviously you can get string anywhere. And we've just got a spirit level. Every time I think the name just goes out of my head, we've got a spirit level that's on it, which, as you know, lets you know that it's level. So we'll show you how it works. It's fantastic. So here's the spirit level slap bang in the middle of the line, which runs all the way across the barn. You can see the stake there, and Theo's going to measure up now.
So obviously it's Portuguese Fashion Week, so I'm rocking the socks and sandals, trying to bring the trend over from the UK obviously. And here what I'm going to do is just measure the high points with a tape measure to the line, and that's bang on 20 right there.
Oh wow.
So if I come up here it looks a bit higher. 19, so we need to take a little bit off there, but not much at all. 18, 2 off there, but the low points you're talking, that's 27.
Wow.
So, but it just depends, like it's all dependent on what rock is underground. Sometimes rocks come out really big whole rocks come out which create a dip like this. Other times it just breaks up really small little pieces into gravel, so you just don't know what you're going to get. So it's not going to be a perfectly level floor when we finish with it. It's going to be a little bit like that, but that's why you fill it in with gravel. And then we're not sure yet what we're going to do, but we're thinking we're going to cement the floor so it's a nice flat surface ready for the wooden battens and the wooden floor to go on top with the insulation.
Now I know we're in the countryside, I know it's rural, I know things are a bit old school out here, and we are currently standing in a 100+ year old stone barn, but that doesn't mean that we're only going to be using strings to make sure that everything's level. We've got ourselves this. Can anyone guess what this is?
So if you didn't guess, this is a laser leveler, and this is really going to help for when we're doing construction because we can put the laser on and then measure a line right from there. So the really cool thing about this device is it's auto leveling, so you just have to get it round about the right level and it will do the rest itself. It's really cool. Check this out on the wall. So how cool is that? It's all set up, ready to go. It's literally flick of a button and there we are. We have our level line all the way around the barn, and that's going to make life so much faster and so much easier.
It was actually a pretty cheap little device actually, which is very handy. I think Theo said it was around about £30 and we got it from Amazon before we came over, so I'll put a link to that in the description because things like this really do make life easier and faster, as Theo said.
So I've been putting this job off for a long while now. This, if you don't know, is our shoilet, our toilet, so composting toilet and shower combined. You can't do them together, they're in separate areas. I'll show you if I can, but the problem is I came to inspect it earlier and we've left it closed now for 4 months because we wasn't here. And I opened up the letterbox because randomly we've got a letterbox in our toilet and it's a beautiful door and we just had to use it for something. But I opened the letterbox and I looked through and there was literally about, I don't know, 20 wasps just flying out, so I'm pretty terrified. I need to unscrew the door and then I think I'm just going to kick the door open and hope that I don't get stung so much that I end up in hospital.
Just get ready to run if it goes wrong.
We'll see. I don't think you're meant to run.
What, you're supposed to stand there and take it?
I'm not sure. We'll find out.
I'm running.
Okay, I'm just going to bash the door open. Or shall I open the letterbox?
No, don't open the letterbox, whatever you do.
Okay, you ready?
Don't bash it, just try and open it slowly or else they'll get angry. Oh, there's one on you.
You ready?
Yeah. Oh, it looks lovely.
So as well as the door, I've screwed the windows down because I remember last time we had a massive storm, we came back to the land and this window was all the way open. And yeah, it was a bit bizarre. It let some rain in and I've learnt from that mistake, so now I just screw them shut. So I just need to undo these. There's one around there as well.
Screw.
And just hope that there's no wasps nesting in here as well.
Now, we built this cabin in January 2019 and it was Theo's passion project that he did such a fantastic job on, and we did of course film the whole thing true to form, so I will put a little card up and I'll also put a link in the description to it so you can see how we built it, and it is such a lovely little piece. I love being able to catch glimpses of it when we're at the barn, it's so cute.
We can open the window, we can show these guys through the window. But I can already spot like 3 or 4 on this window, which is just mental. Let me try and open it.
Did you not screw them down outside? Inside as well?
Don't think so, no.
There's one literally. Oh no, there's 2.
I think we need to like... Ah!
There we go. Yeah, prop it open so the birds can get in and eat them.
Lots of dead ones.
Is there?
We're not going to go inside because it's a bit mental right now. We'll leave it and maybe on the next video we can show you, but Bee will be able to show you through the window our shower area.
Oh yeah, check it. It's definitely in need of a deep clean, but this is the bathroom area with the beautiful little hand washing station. I love it. And then the shower, we use corrugated iron on the walls. It looks really nice, adds to the rustic feel. And we've got solar lights at the top, which is just fantastic. And a lovely window to look through as you're washing your body.
In the winter, this toilet area is amazing because you want to get out of the cold. I know it's really hot now, but it does get cold in the winter. Such a nice place to come and shower and your morning routine. Drop a load in the morning. And it's got a beautiful view as well, so it's always nice to have a poo with a view. And the way I built it is, I built it on skids, so it's got no foundation, so I can actually move this if I need to at some point. I am debating whether I could move this closer to the barn. It's not really a problem for us, but if people come to stay, some people don't like walking far to go to the toilet or use a shower, but we're really not bothered at all. So next to the toilet, we actually have a wood burning bath. I know there's a lot of new people who have just joined our channel and they probably didn't even know about the toilet cabin, and they definitely don't know about the wood burning bath. And this is something I've wanted to do ever since I was a kid, and I absolutely love having baths and I love thermal pools. I just really enjoy sitting in warm water. It's so relaxing, and in the winter it's absolute bliss to sit outside when it's cold and the bats are flying around you at sunset, and you're in your own wood burning bath. And it's good because we can use all the firewood that we have hanging around, and it's free, you know, free energy. It's so good. It heats up in about 35 minutes and it lasts for ages because it just keeps on burning.
So I know you're going to be thinking we've caved and finally bought Ginjey her own house, but that's not the case. This is for some new animal friends that we're going to have come living with us, because we've been here for over a month now and we just thought, you know, the time's right to bring some new faces to the property.
How cute is this little chicken coop that we got? And the reason we brought one instead of building our own is because we just don't have time. We need to spend all the time working away on the barn. But this is going to be a lovely home and it's in a great location as well.
I'm so excited to welcome our new friends to the property. I've wanted chickens my whole life and they're going to be the most pampered hens in existence. They've got 3 trees around them to offer them shade. They're just going to have a whale of a time and I can't wait for them to be here. Now Ginjey, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Are you excited to meet the hens? She's never actually met a chicken before, so I'm quite curious to see what she's going to think of this. And she hasn't actually tried to get in the coop, which is surprising.
So just to give a little bit of context, we've actually been working on the floor now and digging it out for 5 whole days, and that is every morning and every evening, and we can kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, which is nice.
Yeah, it's really physically draining, honestly. I don't think I've been this tired for quite a while, especially with the heat on top of the physical work. It's awful lot, but it'll be so worth it when it's done.
Definitely, and we appreciate you guys so much tuning in because all the comments really keep us going. It's so lovely to hear where all you guys are from the last video. That was lovely. We got people from all over the world tuning in to watch our barn conversion and we're just over the moon. And seriously, we've got massive plans for this place and we will not let you down. It is going to be the most beautiful tiny home you've ever seen.
Yeah, there's a lot to come, an awful lot, and we're just so excited to see the end result. I mean, seeing the changes already is pretty insane.
Yeah.
But when it's finally done, it's just, we've got it in our heads. Hopefully it'll come out how we imagine.
Yeah, we've been here just over a month and we've already cracked on and we've got so much done, and just keep following because it's going to get exciting very, very soon.
Make sure you turn notifications on so you never miss a video, and we will see you on the next one.